So far, Panthers free agency seemed to have the fans buzzing. And with that being the case, how should Panthers Nation really feel about some of the moves that we've made? We'll discuss it. You're listening to Money in the Bank. Now let's start with what everybody wants to hear about, and that's the defense. Hassan Reddick, Morgan Fox, and Denzel Perryman. And Rashawn Melvin, but because I don't know much about bruh, I'm going to leave him out of today's video. Now, let's get started with Hassan Reddick. 12.5 sacks last year for the Arizona Cardinals, and he signs for under $10 million. Big deal for Carolina. He was only a 1-year deal. I feel like he's gonna try to get this. This is a one-time thing. Hit big this year. Go elsewhere to get your money. But as far as for this year, I definitely feel that he's. I mean, look, you talk about, we now have probably two of the most athletic pass rushers in the league right now with Hassan Reddick and Brian Burns. Adds a lot of athleticism, brings us into the 21st century with how we play defense. The Panthers have been so traditional in how we go about, organizing our defense. And now with Phil Snow and Matt Rule, who wanted to bring the versatility factor into the Panthers defense last year, they're doing it here with Hassan Reddick, a guy that is versatile, athletic, provides that length on the edge, man. A guy that I feel that could be a big time player. Now he's a guy that he came in on this deal for a reason. Don't forget, he's a guy that had 12.5 sacks last year, but 5 of those came in one game. So remember, I think he's on average, he's an 8 to 9 sack type of guy. Very raw as far as pass rush moves, but full of pure athleticism. He's a guy he's not as precise as Brian Burns, which is why I felt like he had to sign on a deal like this. Now, Denzel Perryman coming from the Los Angeles Chargers adds us a middle linebacker that is competent, because we did not have that last year. Tahir Whitehead was an absolute bust, and we know that we have to figure out that position. The draft at this point doesn't seem like it's going to be the route we're going to take as far as finding the next. Not for this year. We're not finding a starter in the draft at middle linebacker this year. I'll just be the first one to go ahead and say it. No matter who we drafted, I don't think we were finding that guy that was going to replace Luke. Denzel Perryman is a pro. He just needs to stay healthy. Now, if he's healthy, we have a hellified defense with the signings that we have. Now let's get to Morgan Fox. He had 6 sacks last year, career high. He's a guy who can play interior, play on the interior, also play defensive end, much like F.A. Obata did. F.A. Obata I don't know if F.A. Obata is going to be coming back, and probably because you got Morgan Fox now, you have a guy that is an established pass rusher that can get there, and can provide depth for you, and can provide versatility. What this team is made is all about. I hope we can bring back some of the guys that we released, F.A. Obata, KK Short, just to add depth along that line, because you can never have enough of those guys getting to the quarterback. But so far with the defense, we got better. A unit that was getting better last year. Now we are in a position to really make some noise, really get it going. And Denzel Perryman signing probably the most impactful though, because now I feel like they're going to be trying to push. They're trying to push Jeremy Chin back to playing safety, so we don't have to work on drafting another guy to try to develop when we have a guy that's already talented enough to play. So our defense did a great job of getting better, and the other signings that we made now, in retrospect, look a lot better. Like, they look a lot better in the limelight. Now with the offensive side of the ball, these signings have been, gotta look at through a different perspective with some of the offensive signings. David Moore, wide receiver, Seattle. Pat Eflin, offensive guard. Cam Irving, offensive tackle. Now let's start with David Moore. David Moore is a guy that's going to help us with the vertical threat of our offense. He's a guy that with a great vertical threat for Seattle for years. I think he brings that same aspect to Carolina, which definitely tells me they're getting the hell off of Teddy Bridgewater no matter what, whether it be draft or whether it be trade. He's getting out of here. Now, again, he's going to add more of that vertical threat. He's going to add that vertical threat to your offense. A guy that you just lost, Curtis Samuel, had that vertical threat. You add David Moore back. I think you probably still draft a guy. I'd probably say around 4 or 5. You probably still draft a receiver, but you feel that you've added more of what you want to do, and that's be over the top with this offense, be vertical threatening to a lot of defenses, which is the way to go in today's league. Now, Cam Irving, Pat Eflin. We'll start with Cam Irving. Cam Irving, a 2015 first rounder. Talked about him on the podcast. He's a guy that seemed to be at the end of his rope as far as his career, as far as getting opportunities to be a starter, and gonna continue to get opportunities to not be playing on the vet minimum. Yeah, he's a guy that graded pretty damn low, second to last for offensive tackles that qualify to be graded. And he's a guy that I think he really he understands what this type of deal is. This is a chance for you to keep playing football, keep having a chance to be a starter, and you can parlay this into a big opportunity somewhere else if you're able to put together a solid year. Pat Elflein, much of the same. He's gonna give us some help at the offensive guard position. Also, he's a versatile lineman, can play tackle, can play center. He can play all over the field. So that's the type of guy you want to have. You want to have those Swiss Army knife type of guys. And the Panthers have built this team now here recently off the basis of versatility. So everything about this signing makes sense. I don't know what these signings really mean. I like the David Moore signing. The Pat Elflein and Cam Irving, we'll see when the time gets here. You know, if some of the other pickups don't work, I'm okay, because I at least feel good about it going in. If they don't work, they don't work. But, you know, Cam Irving, Pat Elflein, those are signings that you just kind of got to look at and say, we'll see when the time comes. Not much to really say about those guys as of late, but the Panthers have put this team in the right direction. And that's all fans can really ask for. You put this team in the right direction. You're giving us hope. A lot of what we didn't have last year. And you get a chance to go into the draft, pick up some guys, and put this team on the right track moving forward for the next 3 to 4 years, 4 to 5 for the next decade. Let's just get this team back to making smart decisions and playing good football. But that's it for today's video. Like and subscribe to the Panthers Nation Podcast YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at P1N_network. And